Good afternoon and welcome to the Thurlow Marsh Easter Rugby Festival here in a beautiful Boland Stadium. Don't rub your eyes, it is the middle of April and it is stinking hot down in the Boland as we see Hamlets kick off to young Hamilton's right to left. And before I lose my chance, let me introduce you to the co-commentator today, Ian Morris. Ian, good afternoon, sir.
Andy, lekker om saam met jou te wees vandag. Thurlow Marsh, die Easter Festival. 8 spanne wat gaan meeding om die titel en is 'n absolute voorreg om die wedstryd saam met jou uit te saai.
Early touches then for Wayland Peanut and Yashwin Hatting, the scrum half for young Hamilton's, looking to get his hand on the ball quickly and early, and he comes back towards his forwards now. His vice-captain, Martin, using the forwards, and then another little carry through from Martin. And they keep the ball in hand. We see that Dylan Cole-Sotero wearing the number 23. This is a good start from young Hamilton's from Worcester, but they do lose the ball in contact, and now Hamlets will have a chance to counter-attack with men over on the right-hand side. They choose to go to the boot. The 50-22 is on right now. It's not going to quite make it, although a great kick. Referee deems that legal, considering looked like he dropped on the man. Young Hamilton's still struggling to get back. There's a bit of a lack of fitness on this far near side. They're going to have to work harder for that in this heat. As Truter puts his foot through it for a rather frenetic start.
Nee, definitief Andy, baie vinnige begin, energieke begin deur albei spanne en soos jy sê, die hitte gaan definitief wees. Manne tap is baie warm, so 29 grade Celsius hier in Wellington. So ons hoop maar die manne bespaar daardie energie, want jy kan sien dit gaan die vroeë aanduidings is dit gaan 'n klip harde twee stryd wees tussen hierdie twee spanne.
Yeah, we are certainly feeling the heat here. You can see it out and around the ground. People hiding in the shade for this fantastic festival. That's going to start us off. This is the way to start Easter on a rugby field with the sun baking down, and Carlo Hendricks with a good take and an overlap already for Joe Neil Barron. And now out to the right wing, who's come all the way round, Devon Sass. Oh, what an offload that is. Back to his teammate Barron. And eventually it's ripped, but great stuff from Hamlets. And young Hamilton's knock on. 2 knock-ons indeed. And a lively counter-attack from Hamlet.
Ja, definitief van 'n goeie lynstaanbeweging is dit Hamlets wat goed aangeval het. Hulle is jy kan sien die man is baie energiek, bal in hand. Hulle speel vinnig. Ons kan sien hoe die man aan die buitekant het baie spoed gehad. So het of hulle duik oor vir daardie eerste 3, maar goeie verdediging van young Hamiltons en daar's 'n skrim wat gevorm net so voor die doellyn daar van young Hamiltons.
This then Enrico Claassen, the scrum half, will be putting into this one. Barron at 10, Barron at 12. Marlin and Joe Neal. See that red scrum cap. He's had a lively start so far. Has Joe Neal Barron and 12. And finally the referee's happy. Well, no he's not. And straight away the knees on the deck, and Hamlet will have a chance to pump this one into the corner and not retake a scrum.
Ja, definitief. Indians kan sien die skeieregter Sean Davids wat ook sy stempel vroeg in die wedstryd afdruk. Sê man, as julle nie reg skrim nie, gaan ek julle straf.
Roy to throw into this line out. They put everybody in there. And it's Scrappy, and it's been stolen by the young Warriors. But they do still need to get in there and do the dog work to get rid of this ball now. Yashwin Hatting back to his fly half Truter. And that's a scuffed clearance. Not the man you want to be finding right now. Devon Sass and his fullback Sanders. But great work from the second row. Shorik Blom was making a tackle, leading the line in defence. Hatting then, this time, they run out of room and decide to chip it through. Ronaldo van Sail back there, and he knocks on. It was scrappy but effective to get out of their own 22.
Ja, ons kon sien dat Hamlet, dis Mano Sanders, waar daar die bal op die kritieke oomblik net aangeslaan het. Hy het man aan sy buitekant gehad, miskien moes hy daardie opsie gebruik het. En ongelukkig verloor hy dan ook besit van daardie bal.
0-0 then still. Yet to have our first score, but only 5 minutes gone. Five minutes gone in this opening match of the Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival. It's been a scrappy affair so far, Ian.
Ja, nee, definitief Andy, nog nie regtig konstruksie aan beide spanne nie, baie hanteerfoute.
Yeah, you're right. Neither team able to build any momentum so far, just feeling each other out. Now they're feeling that there's a lot of room to be run into. And they don't want to be getting isolated this early. Good covering tackle eventually from Sanders. High, says the referee. Hatting. Now young Hamiltons are starting to purr. And it's the big man. You don't stop Dylan Cole-Satira from there.
Uitstekende werk daar deur Young Hamiltons, goed aangeval. Twee hoogvat aan die kant van Hamlets gewees, maar die skeieregter Sean David wat die spel in die gang gehou het en uitstekende werk deur die voorspeler daar om oor te duik. Welverdiend eerste 3 vir Young Hamiltons in hierdie kragmeting.
Yeah, Syrian break through the middle. And then it was all about staying calm. Satira made his way down the field. And it's him, the big man. He's over for the first score of the Thurlow Marsh Easter tournament here at the Boland Stadium. And Luciano Truter will look to add the extras. Not successful on this occasion. It's been a scrappy old 7.5 minutes in, but we do finally have the first score of the game.
Nee, definitief Andy, daai skoppe kan belangrik raak laat in die wedstryd. Hulle moet ongelukkig hulle punte vat as dit daar is. So ja, baie maklike skop wat gemis word daar.
Hamlets then looking to strike straight back. Marlin Barron, ball in hand. We want to get this high for his forwards to get underneath and launch a platform. 2 minutes ago they were on the line of Hammies, and now they're 5 points down. Pinar. No one's putting Pinar down. Good leg drive for the second row. Made good ground. Truter still keeping the forwards on the go forward. Dylan Cole-Satira was there. The try scorer. Now there's a few men outside. Are they quick enough to shift it? They come back inside with a penalty advantage for offside in the pocket. That one didn't stay in the pocket, but a great carry from Waylon Pinar. Really seemed to get young Hamiltons on the go there.
Definitief, ons kan sien daar Young Hamiltons gebruik daar die swaar voorspelers om die grondslag te lê en dan stuur hulle die agterspelers weg. Maar weer eens, miskien net die verkeerde besluitneming gewees, gelukkig. Was die voordeel aan hulle kant gewees?
Hamilton's up to
Middle.
the halfway line. As we pick up the feed from the referee, you can hear in the background there Darren Williams, hooker for Hammies.
I'm happy. 5.
Finds his man. The referee says he's happy from where we were stood. I would suggest that maybe Hamlet wouldn't be, but they have won the penalty for offside. And they're looking to tap and go here. Baron to his namesake. Oh, he juggles with it but keeps hold of it. You can't miss Joe Neal Baron with that red head gear of his.
No, Evan. No.
And there he is again, Barron. He's trying to get on the outside. He skips through the first tackle. He's got some support on the inside. If he can offload it, he can offload it. It's Clarkson out to the winger, Van Sale. Van Sale tries to come inside, and that's been stolen. And now this game really starting to open up. Hammies making their way down. And their second penalty, this time against Hamilton.
Ja, die wedstryd wat nog redelik oop is. Jy kan sien beide spanne hou van die bal in hand en hardloop met die bal.
Well, Hamlet not waiting around to go. They find the outside centre. Kenneth Dix, he forces the penalty for a high tackle, says the referee. Now, men over again, but very flat from Hamlet. Far too flat for Reginald Ambral to make a difference. But I tell you who can make a difference with a massive bump at the end of it was Werner Nel. What a run from the big second row. Over he goes in the corner.
Alle agterspeler en die Werner Nel wat oorduik, daai uitstekende werk gewees, stamp sy verdediger af om oor te duik vir die span van Hamlet se 3 in hierdie wedstryd. Eerste 3 aan hulle kant. En goeie werk deur die agterspelers gewees. Soos jy gesê het van daardie beweging so bietjie vlak gewees, maar daar was spasie aan die buitekant en die voorspeler het dit uitstekend tot sy guns gebruik.
Well, he had plenty to do, did Vernon out. And he had to do it because he was on his own. But when you're a big second row and you're 5 metres out, that's like when you can smell dinner. It's almost ready. Nothing's going to stop you getting in there at that table. And you can see from where this kick is how close he was to the touchline on the far side, but Hamlet have struck straight back.
That was good. No.
Ooh, Barron with a good strike, but not good enough. He pushes it to the left. And we're all square after 13 minutes. It's Hamilton, young Hamilton 5, Hamlet 5.
Dit sal interessant wees om te sien en of hierdie manne hierdie pas kan follow in hierdie hitte. Baie vinnige en energieke begin van beide spanne. Ons kan sien hulle hou van hardloop met die bal.
Yeah, we thought they were too flat at first. They managed to find some depth in that line eventually. Oh, and they'll be disappointed to have dropped that ball. That was a good opportunity for young Hamiltons. And that would have been a clean run in, no doubt about it. I think it was Etanique Adams chasing that ball. In fact, it was Garth Jacobs who was chasing that ball. He'll be annoyed with himself. He hasn't caught that. A real opportunity to retake the lead.
Stay up, Andrew. Crow!
Sal interessant wees om te sien wat die manne doen met hierdie skrim. Die skeieregter het hulle vroeër gestraf. Ons kyk wat maak hulle met hierdie skrim.
Steady. Use it. Use it.
The call comes to use it. And use it they do. Barron drops it back to... Taken back in by Marlon Manuel, but he keeps the ball in, and there is Jacobs spinning that ball inside for Bass. Laren Bass, we haven't seen him ball in hand. He might want to go forwards at some point or come on the switch as he's trying to get Adams to do. Bass keeps hold of the ball though. Hatting, the captain. Malapi. Hatting again, getting the go forward ball for the likes of Truter, Langeveld and Klein. At midfield 3. Pienaar and saw how he can carry early on in this game. Hatting then just seems to be adding a bit of calm to the storm as Truter steps his way through. Oh, and then he dummy kicks. Has he got the gas to go all the way? Truter, this will be a marvellous solo effort.
Uitstekende werk daar deur Truter gewees. Die middelveld wat oopmaak soos die rooi see voor hom en hy vat daardie gaping uitstekend gedoen. Maar net 'n interessante feit en die beide spanne probeer daardie opskiet verdediging. Hierdie keer het dit nie gewerk nie en Truter wat dit uitstekend uitbuit.
Well, the gap just opened up and Luciano Truter said, thank you very much, I'll walk through there.
Here's the mark.
Then the fake kick, then the step. And then those pink boots got to work. And that is a fine, fine individual effort from the fly-half.
Letterlik 4 spelers klop daar om haar die 3 te kry, so tereg en uitstekende werk deur die loskakel gewees.
Good.
He's unfortunately not converted his own effort, but what a try that was from Truter here at the Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival. You're not going to see many better than that this weekend, I can tell you that. As he jogs back in the 30-degree sun near the end of April here in Wellington. I think it's 30 degrees here all year though, isn't it? And then it hits 50 in February. We're back underway. Can they strike back again, Hamlet? That's a great take from Martin. And a great set from young Hamiltons. The coaches will be happy with that exit for sure. This ball's going to stay in. Oh, it's missed. And will go into touch for a Hamlet ball. But a fantastic exit. All the same from young Hamiltons.
Uitstekende werk daar agter die skrim gewees. Goeie skop ook. Plaas 'n bietjie die druk terug op Hamlet.
5.
Lynstaanwerk was sover goed geweest in die wedstryd. Net die skoppe pale toe. Beide spanne het 'n skop gemis, 'n doelskop wat hulle misgeskop het sover.
Yaku Kapp and D. Brian Roy, 1 and 2. Roy misses his man. And Martin, who is growing into this game quicker and quicker. As they drive up. Erwin Malapi. Now there's men over on the far side. Oh, the little flick. I don't think Hatting was ready for it. He certainly didn't look like he was ready for it. That's a shame that that's gone to ground.
Definitief 'n goeie beweging en ongelukkige speler wat nie daarin antisipasie het nie. Het hom glad nie verwag. Hy was 'n speler aan sy buitekant gewees, so miskien die verkeerde opsie uitgevoer.
When we set, you have to be straight.
Ek moet sê in die hele paar borge wat ingekoop het in die Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival, so wat 8 of 9 borge wat hulle stempel agter Thurlow gedruk het en hom ondersteun het. So dis goed om te sien, jy weet dat ons plaaslike rugby so goed ondersteun word.
Absolutely, this is going to be a fantastic festival. It's great for the local clubs, not even local. Boland, Worcester, obviously, young Hamiltons and Hamlet coming from series all the way through, and the referee gives a penalty. Interesting, 10-5, whether
Number 1.
Hatting will ask his fly half to potentially add 3, and he has indeed. And considering the way he's been striking the ball, this is a bit of a gamble, but it's one of those, isn't it? You're down here anyway. The worst that's going to happen is a 22, so why not have a go?
Definitief. Ons sien Sean Davids wat sover konsekwent is met ook sy beslissings. 'n Hele paar keer word die manne gestraf daar by die scrims. Weer eens. Blaasklip hard op sy vletjie.
Elton Shiba and Julius Flux, the coaches from Hamlet, might be wondering how they're 10-5 down at the moment with the penalty. They've had most of the ball. They've been in the 22 long enough. They could potentially be 2 scores down now. That's a much better strike from Luciano Truter. And that does take the score to 13 points to 5. And Hammy's just ticking over at the moment.
Definitief. En die goeie werk daar deur Hammy's. 13-5 voor te loop met net so rap so onder 20 minute van die eerste helfte oor.
Backwards now.
Oh, this time Hamlet get underneath the ball, and Roy
Never on the ball.
with a carry, the hooker who missed the line out, which led to that penalty.
Okay.
Trying to make amends now. And eventually it's Vernonell who has to step in, and he should never have thrown that pass, and this is going to be a simple walk-in. And there's the dive, and there's the try. The pass was never on.
Definitely.
The pass was never on from Marlon Barron. He decided to throw it. He's intercepted and he's back under his own posts.
Hoor risiko rugby deur Baron en goed uitgebuit daar. Uitstekende werk deur Hammies om nog 5 punte aan te teken. En ons kan klaar sien Hammies wat klinies is as hulle kans het hulle gebruik het. Dat omtrent so net so oor die 70% van die kansse gehad en hulle het letterlik almal gebruik. So uitstekende konstruksie daar deur Hammies om nog 'n 5 punte te kry.
So when the boat went up, it's not that easy.
Yeah, and I think it was Ashwin Klein was the man who managed to intercept it. It's quite difficult to see the numbers on the back of these young Hamilton shirts, but it was telegraphed. And I think actually it's UCL Langeveld. It was telegraph pass. He should never have thrown it. But young Hamiltons keep this scoreboard ticking over without really having to go to the well to do so. That's a better take from this one. From young Hamiltons. Now inside ball. They're really starting to find some momentum as we go past the quarter stage of this match. 20 minutes gone. Some big men with some good hands on this near side. But there is a little knock on in there. And Hamlet will be grateful for some field position.
Weer die voorspelers daar van Hammies wat die grondslag lê daar. Een van die slotte Heinz wat goeie werk doen daar.
Yeah, pretty good.
Enrico Klaassen hasn't had any clean ball so far in this game, and Ambral, the number 6, packing down in the 8 position. Van Veek moving to the blindside flank. The referee allowing a second bite of this cherry for Hamlet, and the referee rightfully let him do his job. There's always 31 referees on the field, isn't there?
Definitief die paar spelers wat voel hulle kan die wedstryd beter as die skeieregter blaas.
Crow. Boy. Sit. Stay in stable.
Hamlet get the squeeze on this near side. And you saw the collapse of the scrum. You also saw Joe Neil Barron knock it on. Oh, the referee's not going to come back. Definitely signals for a penalty on this near side. But young Hamilton's on the outside now. Is it the fullback? He's just stepped into Lauren Base. Just steps into touch. Confusing that there was a penalty definitely awarded down here.
Yeah.
The referee's arm was out, but they were allowed to play on. And now they find themselves a good 80 metres the other way. And this seems to be a constant story of this first half, Ian. Hamlet have the ball. They're in field position. 2 minutes later, they're 60 metres back.
Die verhaal van hulle en die sover is hanteerfoute. So ek dink die afrigter sal so 'n bietjie praat daaroor. Ons kan nie bal in hand verloor nie, man. Ons het bal besit, maar dan verloor ons dit op kritieke tye.
Well then, this man's starting to have a field day as Truter, Langeveld and Klein as well. Speak of the devil, that's an awful pass, but Klein will be upset with himself there because that's another chance that's gone begging. But you get the feeling they'll probably get another one fairly soon as Hamlet continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
Definitief, daai hanteerfoute wat hulle hier te staan kom, daai konstruksie. En net op kritieke tye wat hulle die bal verloor. En as jy op posisie het wat klinies is, maak dit nog soveel erger. Elke fout wat hulle sover uitgebuit het.
Well, it's messy. Van Veek needs to be careful not to get isolated. Where is that support? Baron ships it on as Marino Sanders comes into the line.
Backward.
Jakub Cap has to throw his cap on that, on the deck. And this Hamlet going backwards again and almost giving away another intercept. As it turns out, they've got men over on this near side. Now, what have you got? Devon Sass. Oh, he's got the kick, but straight into Base's hands, and he's going to bring it back now. Laren Base beats the first man, but again, he's got to be careful not to get isolated. Hendricks was in there, but he wasn't holding his own body weight.
Step back.
Mano Sanders with a 50-22 potentially.
Uitstekende werk.
It's a beauty.
Yeah. Put the ball down.
That's a fantastic kick from Sanders. He saw the space in the backfield.
More than 2 guys now.
And bang, there he goes. That's the sort of thing that Hamlet need to just boost the confidence. Now, this is where, as we said earlier, Ian, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. The first job is, of course, hit your man and catch this ball from Roy.
Definitief. Maak seker jy wen jou eie lyn staan.
On.
As we say it, they don't do it. Martin takes it at the back. Hatting with a great clearing box kick. Guys, you won't see many better box kicks than that this season. Superb.
Hamlet wat weer in 'n goeie posisie was. Hulle skiet hulle weer self in die voet, letterlik 'n paar meter van Hemmie se doellyn af en hulle verloor wragtig waar weer daardie lynstand bal. En ek moet sê dit lyk asof hulle so 'n bietjie moeg lyk. Dis nou Hamlet, hulle lyk 'n bietjie moer as Hemmie so ver.
Yeah, it's just too easy for them at the moment to get the ball back off Hamlet.
No, I'm happy.
Now, Hamlet finally win it, but it's Scrappy. Sanders coming into the line with Kenneth Dirks. Dirks kind of half beats the first man. He's going to get turned over now, surely. No, that ball's spat out the side. Now Hamlet will not have a better chance than this to get on the scoreboard.
Good running forward.
Sass.
High tackle.
He's going to go back for a high tackle now. And then they do well to tap and go. They do. Klaassen. Bosh. Sit down, says Joe Neil Barron. Try, says Joe Neil Barron.
Uiteindelik word hulle beloon Hamlet vir hulle goeie spel. Daai konsekwensie wat behou word, gelukkig wat hulle daai bal verloor, Scrappy skeieregter vir Hammies en hulle kry die voordeel. Hulle maak deeglik gebruik van daai voordeel en die eerste 3 wat hulle druk. Of die tweede 3 jammer in die wedstryd. Maar ja, en die wel gedoen. Deur Hamlet om seker te maak van hierdie geleentheid.
Well, Joe Neil Barron, there was some anger in that hit. He smashed his way through and over he went. He's not the tallest guy, but he's got that low centre of gravity. He's a big lad. And if you don't go around the ankles, you're probably going to get bumped as he was there. But Hamlet finally take the chance down in the red zone and they keep themselves in touch. The conversion was missed, but it is 20 points to 10 as we approach the last 10 minutes of this first half. And
dit behoort daarop so 'n bietjie inspirasie te gee, so 'n bietjie inspuiting. Daardie 3, dis nou vir Hamlet.
yeah, momentum is everything. And that's a good chase, but Van Veek willing to move the ball again. Marlon Barron. Oh, now Hamlet's starting to play with a bit more confidence. Oh, the try scorer, and it's gone loose. Adams, it's a foot race. All he's got to do is drop on it. Eteniek Adams, the arch poacher.
Nou weer eens nog 'n hanteerfout wat gestraf word deur Hammies. Ons sien hulle klinies in die eerste helfte en uitstekende werk daar deur die vleuel wat oorduik. So weer eens 'n fout gewees daar en jy kan sien die manne wat nog 'n bietjie hard met mekaar praat. Die foute wat nou begin so 'n bietjie van 'n diskurs veroorsaak tussen die spelers.
I don't think any of these Hamlet players have got toes left. So shot themselves in the foot. Apologies, that last conversion was actually successful. So it's 25-12 with this one to come. Simple as you like from Klein. 27-12 and that 15-point margin.
As hartseer verhaal net toe Hamlet daai inspuiting gekry het van Harry Dreed. Jy gedink miskien gaan hulle bietjie meer positief speel. Daar inspirasie put uit Harry Dreed en vragtiebaar skiet hulle weer self in die voet om vir Hammies toe te laat om nog 'n 3 te druk.
Well, it looked like Hamlet were starting to be more positive and they were starting to come forward more and more and more. But their core skills are just letting them down today. Another messy exit, and that will be Hamlet ball though. They've decided to go early. Referee's happy with that. Here's the last try scorer for them. It was Barron. He's now playing scrum half as well. Clarkson. Nell. Stolen, the referee's happy, and a great steal in there from young Hamiltons. The front row doing the dirty work, but they've dropped it, and now a chance. Off the pass from Hendricks that had gone to the hand of Roy. All would have been forgiven for the lineouts. But the pass from Hendricks just doesn't go to hand. We're going to come back for a knock-on, but another golden opportunity not taken.
Ja, definitief. Ons kan ook sien die deursettingsvermoë van Hammies by die afbreekpunt. Hulle is net so bietjie meer gedetermineerd. As die losbal daar is, hulle is eerste daar vir die tweede bal. Hulle wen hom eerste en dan moet Hamlet weer op die agtervoet wees. So miskien het hulle 'n hele paar goedjies om uit te sorteer. Dis nou die afrigters as die skeieregter blaas vir rustyd.
Well, there you see our first try scorer of the day, Dylan Cole set Terra going off. Number 23, if we've done anyone who has started a disservice with the names, that is the name that we have on our sheet, is number 23. Either way, a tidy little score to get this Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival off to a flyer. Well, we wanted points, we're definitely getting them as we see Martinique Jacobs come onto the field.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
He's going to pack down on this flank on the near side. I think it's Eltino van Veek who has made way for him.
Boy! Sit!
That's a fantastic scrum from Hamlet. And Clarkson now comes around on the outside. He links up nicely with Ambral. That ball's a bit loose out the back. Sanders is out there. Dirks is out there. Dirks carries up. As does Hendricks. They're keeping this ball alive, Hamlet.
No.
They need to regather. Oh, that's a nice ball out to Roy.
No. Leave it now.
Barron does his bit out to Sheba.
Step. Step.
Clarkson throws a little dummy. It doesn't open up for him, no. Can Sanders make it open up? Well, they come to the near side. And now finally Sass gets the ball in his hand. He's had so many opportunities. Looked like a knock on, but it's going to be called a high tackle. Hamlet with 6 to go. Oh, they could do with some points now. This would be perfect timing, and they probably go in towards half-time satisfied, I would probably say, knowing that there's probably more in the tank as Roy carries. Another floated pass. Well, it works this time. There's the inside ball. Can Hendricks get rid of it? They can. They're trying so hard not to score. Hamlet, they come back to the near side. There's men everywhere. There comes Roy on the line. Finally straightening the line, and Klaassen has a little dart. He drops it, but it's gone backwards. Shiba, he resets, trying to get some normality back into this attack. Jacobs. Oh, the second rows are playing well now. Vernon Nell. Still that ball bobbling around. Shiba, he's back in that attack again, and this time's knocked on, but we're going to go back for a penalty. And Hamlet, with all the ball, all the space on the field, and they seem to be attracting defenders as they tap and go again. Baron, now surely there's men over. Roy, he's there! Nothing wrong with that one. And D. Brian Roy finally bundles his way over, but he didn't make it look easy.
Ja, daar is 'n paar minute van naalskou. Is uiteindelik oor vir daardie 3, maar het begin alles by die skrim wat hulle uitstekend gewen het. Die voorspelers wat begin saamspeel het, bietjie meer energie aan die dag gelê het en hulle word beloon. Hamlet wat oorduik vir nog 'n 3. En soos jy sê, Andy het amper dit moeilik gemaak om 'n 3 te kry.
Yeah, Roy's come off worse for wear. But that one as he gets treatment, and you see these boys now, they're taking on water like no tomorrow. There's already cramp kicking in. I mean, it's warm up here, but pitch side's probably an extra couple of degrees as well. Plus the sun baking down on Marlin Baron. It is he in your screen looking for the extras. Not his best strike, but 27-17. Hamlet still in this game for sure. They've shown enough. It's their third try. They could have had more, but as we close in on half time, if they don't concede in the next 3 minutes, I think they'll probably feel they've got away with one there.
Ja, goeie momentum net voor rustyd vir Hamlet. Ons hoop hulle kan nou daardie momentum behou, want die vorige keer het hulle ongelukkig daardie momentum oorgegee vir Hambies om 'n 3 te kry. Ons kyk wat maak hulle hierdie keer. Dit is letterlik net so onder die 3 minute voor rustyd.
That's a lovely kickoff hanging in the breeze, if there was one. There's a little one over on the far side. A very grateful little breeze, I'm sure, for the players and the referee down there. Shout out to the refs as always. We couldn't do it without them. And they spend 80 minutes getting told what to do by players, but we're ever grateful. We wouldn't have a match on without them. Now then, young Hamiltons, who conversely might be slightly annoyed they're only 10 points ahead, considering the tries that they've been gifted in this first half. And of course that absolute crackerjack from Luciano Truter. If you're just joining us, make sure you go back and have a look at that try. Something very special. Sass is had a lot of the ball, not a lot of room. And the knock on it is Slankerveld to number 13 there. Got a little bit of a limp on, but he's had a good first half. He had one of the intercept scores. He's taken over the kicking duties.
Weer eens Hamlet wat daardie bal by kritieke oomblik weer aangeslaan het. Hulle het 'n goeie beweging uitgevoer. Hulle was baie meer positief by die afbreekpunt hierdie keer. En weer staan hulle op besit van die bal af.
Darren Williams finds his man. And Roy Martin joins in. There's 7 on his back, the vice captain. There's Hatting. Gets his men back out and back around, and a late penalty here. And a chance for young Hamiltons to put some gloss on a first half performance that sees them 10 points to the good against their mates from series. They line up again. Williams. Erwin Malapi on this near side, and they don't come this way. They decide to put it out the side and out the back, and that's well held as Garth Jacobs finally gets his hand on the ball base. Now with the chip straight into the hands of Sanders, and Sanders isn't going to wait around, but he is going to knock it on. A scrappy end to the end of this first half, but still a chance for young Hamiltons with men over on this near side. It's probably not the man you want though, Will Martin. He could have done with a flyer then, but he does well. Oh, that's a good take above his head. To keep that going, it's popped out the side. Truter tries to slap it to Hatting, and he does make it. Truter now stepping on at scrum half, not once but twice. Nice big front row, Michaels, Malapi and Williams starting to cause some damage. The wrecking balls. Martin again. He's been busy this first half as with Will Martin. Up to 5 metres out now. And they're having a good scrap in this ruck. But it is come out the side. And obstruction is the call. But we're going to come back for a high tackle first and foremost. But Hammy's looking dangerous just before half-time.
Ja, definitief Andy. Net so loer aan my linkerkant die manne van Roses wat aangekom het. Een van die bekendes van hier in Wellington. Maar dat sal seker ook een van die gunstelinge wees om die titel in te palm.
Boland. Fourth one in the row. I think we should deal up our accident. Make it work fast.
Net interessant genoeg Andy Abbotsdale is die verdedigende kampioen van die titel. So sal interessant wees om te sien hierdie jaar die wenner gaan wees van die Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival. Baie goeie oogmerk ook van hierdie toernooi. Dis om spelers te help om hulle self op te hef en Thurlow Marsh sê die groter oogmerk is uiteindelik vir spanne wat nog nie so gelukkig was om die top 12 te bereik nie, gee ook 'n kans om in hierdie kompetisie te speel om hulle staal tentoon te stel. So baie goeie oogmerke daar van Thurlow Marsh vir hierdie toernooi.
Yeah, I mean the rugby landscape in the Boland strong as ever. Go down to a local game. You will A, be welcomed in with open arms, and B, there'll be a lot of people there on a Saturday. And there's a lot of people starting to come into the stadium now as they get closer to their Easter break. What better way to start than come and watch some rugby in the sun?
Andy, do you eat picklefish?
It doesn't sound great to me.
Okay, so Andy's not a fan.
I like fried and battered fish.
Okay.
I did get force-fed it once, and it was a bad memory.
Okay.
I do like that red tent to the left, though. I'm a big fan of that one.
Great stuff.
Right, last play of the half. Hatting pulls it out there. They bring Langeveld in on a short line, but it's not going to help for half-time. And it's been scrappy at times, but we've seen some good rugby in.
Ja, nee, definitief Andy, soos ons gesê het, die wedstryd wat wipplankery konstruksie was aan die begin, nie na wense nie, maar die spanne wat hulle self reggeruk het, van al Hammies wat uitstekend gedoen het om die momentum in die wedstryd op te bou. Hamlet aan die teenkant, hulle het ook goeie rugby gespeel, maar ongelukkig daar die hanteerfoute wat hulle duur te staan gekom het en daardie energie. Hulle daai energie teruggekry net so voor die eerste helfte geëindig het. So daai is goeie momente wat hulle nie rustyd inneem, maar definitief Hammies wat die oorhand gekry het in hierdie wedstryd. Maar ons moet ook sê Hamlet het hulle toegelaat deur daardie klomp hanteerfoute wat hulle begaan het.
Yeah, Hamlets are definitely not out of this in the searing heat down here in the Boland. But as we get to half-time, it is the men from Worcester through the tunnel who are in charge as they lead 27 points to 17. Welcome back to the Boland Stadium in Wellington for the first game of the first day, but the second half of Young Hamiltons versus Hamlets at the Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival. 40 minutes left in this one. Hamilton's in charge, 27 points to 17 against Hamlet from series. Ian, what have Hamlet got to do better to get themselves back in this?
Definitief, en die speel net persentasie rugby, los daardie hoë risiko aangee wat hulle doen, speel net die situasie soos jy homself voordoen en skakel daardie onnodige hanteerfoute uit. Bly 'n bietjie meer kalm van al as jy op die aanval is. En die manne sal definitief meer energie moet aan die dag lê by die afbreekpunte.
I get the feeling they're not out of this. I really get the feeling they're not out of this game.
Soos ons sê, hulle moet net daardie fynere punte opskerp. Hulle kan definitief nog terugkom in hierdie wedstryd.
And that is Hamlet that you see jogging back onto the field here in Wellington. I can tell you it's warm. It's very warm here. We've already seen some of the lads get cramp in the first half. It's good to see that Roy is back on the field, the hooker for Hamlet. He took a knock in scoring a try just before half time. And we will try and see if there's any more changes and we'll bring them your way. As Ashwell Klein gets us back underway. He's taken over the kicking from Truter, who scored an absolute gem of a try in the first half. A nice solo effort. And speaking of try scorers, there is Joe Neil Barron, who's looking to get Hamlet moving forward straight away and up to halfway line. There you go. Off the first play of the day. Barron clearly up for this one. He was the first man out there at the beginning of the second half. Trying to lead by example, no doubt.
En as 'n klein iets soos daai en daai 'n positiewe intensie wat die oppositie wys, ons is lus vir speel in hierdie tweede helfte. Ons maak so 'n bietjie van 'n hoe noem hulle dit in Engels? Ons maak so 'n bietjie van 'n statement. So baie goed gedoen daar.
You're right, they need to stay positive. They need to make that statement. When they make mistakes, their heads dropped and it cost them points. But I think the positive is they had so many chances. As Jeff Wynne Michaels smashes his way up the field. We finally managed to get that to ground, so no more, it will stay a ruck. And there's men over on the near side. Klein and Langeveld in base now, back inside. It's all too easy, and Langeveld will join his centre partner in scoring, and they'll go right under the sticks, and a perfect start from the men from Worcester. Hammies, they break the 30-point mark.
Hamlet waar die helfte so goed begin het, die tweede helfte positiewe intensie gehad, maar dis weer eens Hammies wat wys as hulle bal in hand het, uiters gevaarlik. Goeie tussenspel deur Buys en dan ook deur Langeveld gewees en uitstekende werk deur Langeveld om af te rond. So weer eens Hammies wat wys as daar fout begaan word, byt hulle dit weer uit. So dis die verhaal van die wedstryd ook, baie positiewe aspek vir Hammies sover. Baie klinies as daar fout gemaak word deur Hamlet. En net so in rustyd einde het ek gehoor, so net terloops een van die spelers sê, you've got one job to do. So just do your job. Stick to what you're doing. Don't focus on anything else. Just do what you need to do.
Absolutely. I think that was Ashwell Klein actually that scored that try. Langeveld is taking the kicks. Indeed it is. Apologies, it's so hard to see the numbers on the back of these yellow shirts. But we've got there in the end. Klein with the try. Langeveld with the extras. That's a good take though from Van Zale. Van Zale had it robbed off him after looking like he'd made some meters for his team. Hatting this front row of Malapi, Williams and Michaels has done some damage today. Oh, here we go again. Can they stay in field? They can. Referee says leave it. Vernonell doesn't listen, and Vernonell gives away a penalty that Truter will let Langeveld.
Ons praat van haar energie, ons praat van die weer wat baie warm is, die son wat die manne letterlik tap. En dit lyk net vir my asof Hamlet so bietjie meer moer is as Hammies. Miskien is daar die konservasie van energie wat ook moet oordeelkundig gebruik word.
Well, Hamlet, they didn't wait around, did they? Klaassen, while everyone else was watching, was on the move. That's a poor pass, unfortunately, from Kenneth Dirks. No chance for Ronaldo van Sale on the far side, taking that one. In fact, Devon Sass, sorry, is wearing 14, playing on the left wing. Number 11, Ronaldo van Sale is just below us on the right wing, wearing the 11 shirt.
Ja, as jy wil kom kyk hier op Boland stadion, lekker rugby wat gespeel word, plaaslike spanne wat meeding om die titel en uitstekende inisiatief deur Thurlow Marsh. Die tweede jaar wat hierdie toernooi aangebied word, begin verlede jaar in 2024 en soos ons vroeër genoem het, Abbotsdale is die verdedigende kampioen. So as jy 'n kans het, kom kyk, lekker rugby, bou die gemeenskap en maak ook iets positiefs. So, dis definitief 'n goeie inisiatief, Andy, wat ons hier voor ons sien.
Absolutely, we've got a festival of rugby today, and of course Saturday's day 2. It's bound to be pumping down here on Saturday because it's finals day. So have a look, see what you're doing this weekend, and maybe come and watch some top class rugby. That's a knock on which could be turned into a penalty. It isn't on this occasion. Base was in front of the man when he took that, but the referee's been kind to him and he says just a knock on and we'll scrum down.
En dit is so 'n paar reels hier so in hierdie toernooi, die Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival. Ek sal dit in Engels lees. Hulle sê the team that scores the most tries in the match will be declared the winner. If tries end on an equal amount, the team that scored the first try, they will be declared the winner. If no tries were scored in the specific match, the team that scored the first points in the match, they will be declared the winner. And if no points were scored in the specific match, a sudden death kicking shootout will determine the winner. Ek dink daardie laaste een sal nooit gebeur nie. Ons sal definitief punte in 'n wedstryd sien.
As much as I'd love to see that shootout, I don't want to watch a 0-0 game for us to get there. Hatting sees his opposite number, Klaassen, spin that ball out, and here comes the fly half, Marlon Barron, and he gets that ball out wide. Maranu Sanders, we said this, Ian, we said they're dangerous, we said they've got it in them, and when they put it through the hands, that's what happens.
Sy persentasie rugby wat gespeel word, gebruik die regte opsie en weer eens wys hulle, as hulle die regte opsie uitvoer, as hulle net so 'n bietjie meer kalm is, daai besluite, die regte besluit op die regte tyd neem, kan hulle verskil maak. En Hamlet wat nog 'n 3 kry, baie goeie werk gewees deur die agterspelers. Maar weer haar die grondslag wat voorlangs gelê word, so uitstekende werk deur beide en agterspelers van Hamlet om hulle 5 punte te besorg.
All started with Marlon Barron making the break. Oh, it's finished with the extras as well. 12 points the difference now, 34 points. To 22.
Die kritieke faktor gaan ook wees hoe jou spelers beheer. So die plaasvervangers wat op die veld gestuur word, kyk of hulle impak kan maak, so daai gaan ook een van die faktore wees in hierdie toernooi, veral in haar eerste wedstryde wanneer die temperature baie hoog is.
Marlon Barron was the man who added the extras after his break. Set Manu Sanders off. Under the sticks he went, and backwards and forwards. This scoreboard continues to tick, and that's pretty poor from Yakin Muller. He won't want to re-watch that. Not only had he turned his back to catch it, he still managed to knock it on. A miracle of science.
Ja,
Yeah.
definitief. Eerstens die verkeerde tegniek gebruik en dan slaan hy die bal aan. So ja, hulle gee weer voordeel terug aan Hammies. En Hammies het al reeds gewys, hulle is uiters klinies as hulle 'n fout kan uitbyt, doen hulle dit.
It's been a case of you score, we score. This match, and apart from a couple of gift-wrap ones for Hamilton's, that's kind of how it's been. And that's a nice little move to get Hatting some space back inside with Martin. The ref is happy to carry on. Martin, oh, just a little spin around. Can they get rid of this ball? They can, but it's knocked on. Shurik Blom, he's been busy as Blom, but again, forcing the pass. And Hamlet will take the scrum and not the line out. Not surprised by that. Their line out in the first half here was a bit shaky, to say the least.
Definitief, hulle het baie van haar lynstaanbal verloor. En ons praat van haar variasie, miskien was hulle bietjie te voorspelbaar as hulle die lynstaane ingooi. So jy moet jou posisie aan die raai hou, veral in die lynstaane, is 'n kritieke fase van die wedstryd, so jy kan nie jou eie lynstaanbal verloor nie.
Well, this Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival has got off to a good start. We've already had close to 60 points after just 50 minutes.
Ja, die manne wat ook meeding om en by R70,000 in totaal en dis die prysgeld, so is nie te versmaai nie.
Substitutes rolling on now. Van der Horst coming on, number 22, Kimmy van der Horst for Hamlet. He's going to slot straight into that back line. Pivotal scrum here for Hamlet. They need to clear their lines without conceding any more points if they want to stay in this game. Thank you very much, Mr. Referee. We'll have one of those, says the Hamlet pack. And no doubt, Enrico Klaassen, I see something on the far side maybe. I wouldn't have said that was the greatest idea ever. They've got an intentional knock on, and I would probably, look at the fact that there's still 30 minutes left in this half, do the sensible thing and try and find this near touchline, but who listens to me? Nobody would listen to me. And now they've knocked it on. Oh, the referee surely should have left that go. That would have been a walk-in try.
Stem heeltemal saam, Andy. En hy was in besit van die bal, die voordeel gehad, so hy kon net sowel die spel laat aangaan het. En weer eens sien ons Hamlet wat groot kanse waag in hulle eie doelgebied. Hulle hardloop met die bal en weer eens die verkeerde opsie wat hulle uitvoer. Miskien moes hulle net die kantlyn gevind het om haar die druk te verlig. Hulle is nou heeltyd in hulle eie doelgebied vasgekeer. So dit is krities belangrik dat jy net so bietjie en jy vat ook tyd weg uit die wedstryd uit as jy dit doen. So dit is ook baie belangrik dat jy al daardie taktiek moet inspan.
It's just game management, really. Only 10 points down. Panicking already. Dino Muller's been sent out, number 23, to get warmed up, so he's going to be coming on for Hamlet very soon. And another good scrum from them. But Hamilton's win their own ball, and then they knock it on. And this is the thing, tiredness starts creeping in, mistakes happen. Just stay in the game, stay in the game. Maybe don't tap and go on your own line.
Definitief. Moenie dit doen die. Ja, ons het gepraat van die energie van die spelers wat getap gaan word en ons kan dit nou sien, die konsentrasie wat so bietjie skibreek lê. Ek moet sê Andy Hamlet wat baie beter skrim. Dis een positiewe faktor vir hulle sover in hierdie kragmeting, so hulle kan daarop voortbou met hierdie skrim wat nou gevorm word.
Absolutely, they should try and force the penalty here, really. That's better from young Hamilton's, a much better scrum. They decide to go over onto the far side, the blind side. Baron trying to bring Kimmy van den Horst into the game. Again, another botched attempt. While all this is happening, 5 minutes have gone off the clock.
Ja, wedstryd wat net nie ritme kan vind nie. Albei spanne wat so ver hanteerfoute begaan. En veral die span van Hamlet wat hulle eie doelgebied vir die afgelope paar minute vasgekeer is. Hulle kan net nie daaruit kom nie en hulle speel hoë risiko rugby. Ons kan nie genoeg daarvan praat nie.
So the backs from young Hamilton's are lining up very much to the left of this scrum. Interesting setup, true to Langenfeldt and Klein, but also out wide here, Base. He seems to have taken a position on the wing rather than at full-back. And maybe we see a set move here. From a Tuesday night to a Thursday afternoon. There's a penalty, 10 points up. Trutter's pointing to the sticks. I think they'll probably take the easy 3 here.
Stem heeltemal saam. Wat die kans as jy hom voordoen, is letterlik voor die pale. Andy wat die musiek geniet. Lekker ritme Andy, lekker musiek. En dit is ook wat die atmosfeer maak, die lekker musiek wat almal soos lekker saam snoer. Ja, as jou span so lekker toejuig, kan jy op die musiek dans.
You can't help but dance. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just a little hip shake. It's nothing. it might be arthritis kicking in. I don't know. Langenfeldt for 3. And 3 it is. 3 and easy. 37-24 now. Edge that score out to 13 points, the lead.
Daardie buffer wat te behou deur daardie strafskop wat hulle tussen die pale deurjag, dis nou Hammies. Baie belangrik nou. Dat hulle nie moet toelaat dat Hamlet terugkom in hierdie wedstryd nie nadat hulle baie goeie eerste helfte gehad het.
Walid Haynes is coming on, number 8. For young Hamiltons. So see Rowan Reuters is also on the field, as well as Lorenzo Jacobs. So all change in the front row. But for the second row, Fernandel of Hamlets. Another turnover ball. And away they go, Klaassen. Van Veek. There's a man outside. Has he got the gas to get on the outside? Reginald Ambral was that man, and he just... You'd rather it was the winger than the back row.
Definitief Andy, en ook net nie genoeg spasie gehad nie, uitstekende dekverdediging. Om uit by die kantlyn uitboender. En weer 'n lyn staan, kom ons kyk of hulle hierheen kan wen. Hulle is nou in 'n gunstige posisie. Letterlik net 'n paar tree van Hammy se doellyn af. O nee, jammer, ek het nou gedink dit is die bal is aan die ander kant. So hulle sal hierdie bal seker maak van hierdie lyn staan. Dis nou Hammy's.
Colin Benjamin will be thrown into this line out, and that's a tidy little line out. As Roydal Martin is shown by his fly half true to where he wants him to go. And it's a tidy exit. Fansel, will he look to go? Yeah, of course he will. Absolutely. Van der Horst. There's that man I said he was coming on, Muller. He finds on the outside Kenneth Dirks. And the substitutes make a difference. I called him coming on. Muller. He made the space, he made the gap. They all clap above their heads. Obviously a team celebration from Hamlet. And they are more than back in this game now. They're within 8.
Definitief, hulle sê hulle behou daai hoë energieke rugby van hulle. daardie bal vinnig gevat en uitstekende oppositie gewees daar. Hulle het goed aangeval, bal deur die hand gesit. Daardie vinnige speler wat spasie gehad het en uitstekend afgerond. En Hamlet wat beloon word met nog 'n 5 punte. Goeie werk daar deur die span en soos jy sê en die tereg, jy kan sien die manne wat nou meer energie het, hulle sê vir mekaar, manne, ons kan dit doen.
Oh, that's a fantastic nudge. These are the things that shift the momentum. They're back within 6 now, Hamlet. 20 to go. Don't go anywhere. First game in the Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival is kicking up a classic.
Want het vroeër vir die reels gelees en die kan ons 'n gelyke op uitslag sien. Gaan baie interessant wees.
There's a beautiful kick. Joe Will van der Merwe on the field, number 21 for Hamlet. Claessen's still out there, number 9. Ronaldo Clutie battles for it once, battles for it twice, knocks it forward, and just as they got themselves back in the game, they don't exit properly. Referee says backwards and advantage over. Duran Fortain is now on number 22. And there's men over on this near side. Here's a man we've spoken a lot about today, Martin. Don't overcomplicate. Gets away with it, Fortain. Snappy service. And the forwards who have made so many metres continue to do that hard work outside. As Langenfeld tries to go on the outside, he's dragged down. Been a constant thorn in the side of Hamlet today. Benjamin. This ball seems to be getting cleaner and cleaner. Haynes. And now straightening of the line from base. He's well wrapped up. And of course Martin's the first man there to clear him out. Benjamin. Fortain. Going through the phases well here, young Hamiltons. And now they're going through the defence, 6 metres out. Truter. Martin, well held. Indeed from Blom. They're looking to drag him into touch. Has that ball been stolen? Yes, it has. Joe Neil Barron. He's a robust figure, I must say. He's boshing people out of the way earlier, smashing people to go for a try. Now he's in the maul, stealing the ball off the big forwards.
Definitief, na goeie werk deur hem is. Hele paar fases opgebou, gelukkig kan hy nie afrond nie, maar uitstekende verdediging om die bal om te keer daar deur Hamlet. So jy kan sien hulle speel met baie meer determinasie. Hulle wil hierdie wedstryd wen.
Cullen Benjamin, his first one went well, his second one's gone even better. And now they've got a roll on. Benjamin joining the back of this maul. This seems like... Oh, it looked inevitable that they were going to go over. They got out such a storm. And they're a metre away. I think they're held up. They are indeed. Ashwell Klein, for all money, looked like he was going to score. But he's held up. Surely that maul was dragged down.
Ja.
And I'd be surprised if the referee doesn't have a...
So gelyk daar se en die
Doesn't have a little word with the forwards after this one. That was rocking and rolling at a fair lick. They've decided to take the scrum. I suppose not a bad idea considering the size of this pitch. And if Truter, that first receiver, can use it properly and get it wide, there's always going to be space out there for the likes of Adams. And of course Langenfeld and Klein have caused so much damage in the midfield today.
Ja, nee, definitief en verwoestende aanvalle deur die middelveld gewees. En beide spanne, die dissipline wat ons op by tye in die steek laat, skeieregter wat nog nie 'n geel kaart uitgedeel het nie, Sean Davids.
Can you just remove your quantum please? Thank you very much. CT 22921. Thank you very much.
Die skeieregter wat sê manne, kom ons vat 'n ruskans, kom ons kyk wat ons hier gaan doen.
Hammies then 6 points up. Less than 20 to go. It's been topsy-turvy. Hamlet haven't been in the lead once, but they are very much still in this game. And 14 for young Hamiltons, for the Hammies. Referee's going to lose patience in a minute, I'm sure. It's a scrum, but there goes young Hamiltons pushing that forward. Truter doesn't quite get the ball that he would have wanted, but Klein helps him out. Does what every crash ball runner should do. Another penalty down here in the red zone. I'm very surprised the referee hasn't had a word with the skipper yet. I think maybe a tap and go move might be cool. But if you let the front row make the decision, they are always going to scrum.
Definitief en hulle sal eerste besluit wat hulle neem. Ons wil 'n scrum hê. 'n Hele paar foute wat Hamlet begaan, hulle word gestraf. Interessant genoeg soos Andy ook vroeër genoem het, die skeieregter wat nog nie na sy sak toe gaan nie.
More changes then. Marlon Martinez coming on for Hamlet. Martinez Dutoit coming on in the centres for Lankeveld, for Klein. And he's rightfully getting a ripple of applause from his fan club up in the stand. And a big smile from Will Klein. He's putting a big shift today, and he's also managed to get himself on the scoreboard as well. Referee just struggling to get a grip with all these changes in the front row. As you'd imagine, those bodies are starting to tire.
Definitief.
Starting to cramp. Survival of the fittest, Ian.
Ja, nee, en hierdie het en die definitief.
The pick from Martin, very sideways. But this man's had a fantastic game, and can they stop him? They can't stop him. Usil Langeveld. You cannot keep this man out of the game.
Soos 'n mes deur botter. Usil Langeveld maak reg, hy klop 2-3 verdedigers en hy duik oor. Uitstekende werk deur Young Hamiltons en hulle wys weer eens hoe gevaarliker hulle is. As hulle bal in hand het en as hulle die kans het, hulle is verwoestend. So van die oppositie moet hulle dophou verder in hierdie toernooi. Hulle kan definitief een van die aanspraakmakers wees vir die titel as hulle hierdie spelpyl kan behou.
A little of the move was going to break down, and then bang. Here comes Langeveld on that short, hard line against the grain. And they can't stop him, he's over again. Oh, he's found his kicking boots as well. 44 points to 31 then. 13 minutes left. 13 points is what Hamlet need just to get level.
Hamilton dat weer haar buffer opbou, weer haar 3 te kry. Dis 'n kritieke fase of 'n kritieke tyd in hierdie wedstryd, net so rapsie onder 12 minute oor. Net toe jy dink Hamlet het hulle voet weer terug in die wedstryd. Kabem is terug met uitstekende 3.
Shiver and Flux, the coaches and manager of Hamlet, will no doubt be cutting frustrated figures at the moment. Got another opportunity now to try and drag themselves back in it, but you just feel like young Hamiltons have kind of just kept them at an arm's length for the duration so far.
Nie genoeg druk gewees op daardie spesifieke oomblikke nie. Daardie groot oomblikke in die wedstryd. Ons praat van hy temperament wat 'n speler moet hê en van Hamlet se spelers net nie daardie staal gewys in daardie kritieke oomblikke sover nie.
Joe van der Merwe is the substitute scrum half with ball in hand. The referee's just struggling to get a grip on this scrum at the moment. It's causing all sorts of issues. Ronaldo Clutie is number 20 on this near side as they attempt to bring Dierveld Baron on. Another Baron. Just making a change in that front row, and Brian Roy is the one man to make way. He's put a good shift today. Nabbed himself a try as well. Franz McClomy is just looking to come on as well in a minute for Hamlet, but we're going to see this through first. And there's a beautiful line through the middle from Kenneth Dirks. And now there's men over on the far side, surely offside. Indeed they are. Called by the referee. Van der Horst and Muller causing bother again. They're coming wide. Look at the width they're putting on this ball. It's absolutely superb. And how about that for a pass from Kenneth Dirks to Carlo Hendricks?
Die verhaal van die wedstryd waar dieselfde bly. Een span gaan druk, die ander wat onmiddellik terugslaan. En Hamlet wat weer wys. Ek dink as die afrigter analise doen van hierdie wedstryd, sou hy sê man, as ons net ons kanse gebruik het, as ons net nie daardie hanteerfoute begaan het nie, sou ons definitief hierdie wedstryd kon deurtrek. Want hulle is 'n span met groot potensiaal. Hulle is 'n span wat kan speel as hulle die geleentheid kry. Hulle wys dit weer in daardie beweging. Uitstekende werk deur Hamlet.
Absolutely. Truto with the first pass. Then Dirks. And the overlap was on. Crying out for that wide ball all game.
Hulle voorspeler eindie na agterspeler se plek. Nee, en hy duik oor. Uitstekende werk gewees daar deur een van die voorspelers daar.
Hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Ja. As hy hom aangeslaan het, sal hy afrigter gevra het, wat soek jy in daardie posisie? Gelukkig vir hom kry die 3.
Well, that's a big kick in the context of this game from Marlon Baron. It puts them within 6. Just remember, they have not been in the lead once in this match. They are 6 points behind with 8 to go. What a crackerjack of a first game at the Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival here at Boland Stadium, home of the Boland Cavaliers, of course. I'm sure there's more than one man on this field with dreams of putting on that shirt at some point in their careers. Martinique Jacobs. You see, here's the width they're looking for. And that's a beautiful line cut from Van der Horst. He's got the flyer on the outside. Oh, not like the gas to get there. Wow, the change of Van der Horst, Muller, Van der Merwe. Unbelievable, the effect that it's had. Muller again there on the outside. He's already got one. But they put width on the ball in.
Definitief, en ons gepraat daarvan as hulle hom wyd speel, as hulle bal in hand hou, as hulle spasie het, is hulle uiters gevaarlik en so is dit Hamlet wat weer gebruik maak van daardie kans, maar uitstekende dekverdediging deur Hammies gewees, ons moet hulle krediet gee.
They've just hung in there. They've just stuck in there. Somehow, it's just been like a bad penny. They won't go away. And their nerves will start to jangle in this Hammies team. Not that line out there. That's fantastic work. Rodel Martin. What a shift he's put in at number 7. The flanker, the vice-captain, leading by example. He'll be captain now because Hatting is off the field. And they're deciding to put some width on the ball, but they've been caught. Oh, what a steal that is from Kenneth Dirks. Oh, he flicks it through, and we will come back for the original knock-on, but for all money there, Kenneth Dirks. And look at the bench down below us. They're starting to believe, this Hamlet bench. They're up, they're screaming at their mates.
Ja, is wonderlik wat 'n 3 of 2 kan doen en haar energie en haar positiwiteit van die spelers op die kantlyn soos Andy tereg sê, ons kan sien hier die man hier op die plaasvervangersbank wat sê man, ons kan dit doen, ons is nog in hierdie wedstryd, ons is nog nie die wedstryd is nog nie verlore vir ons nie, ons kan hierdie wedstryd wen.
Yeah, you feel that maybe Ronaldo, Van Sale underneath us is in the game here. Number 11 on the right wing. Inside he's got Van der Horst. And then Muller on the far side. If this ball doesn't make it a touch, we could be on for some fireworks. So the pressure's on. Truter himself's had a good game. 14. Look at the difference now in the body language of the boys in blue. They just dug it out. Had to dog it out minute after minute after minute, but they're still in the fight. Not the size of the dog in the fight, eh?
Ja,
The size of the fight in the dog. Van der Merwe, you can see he's all over 14. He now steps out, he's got to make a tackle. No, Martin goes the other way. Truter with the crossfield kick. Watch the bounce. Oh, you just feel he should have gambled on that. So Tien's the toy out there. Maybe he should have tried to take that first time. I think if that had popped up on this hard ground, Muller would have been in business.
Ja, jy weet nooit is nou nie 'n posisie op die veld waar hulle druk sou gewees het nie, so ja, miskien moes hy daardie kans gevat het soos Andy nou sê. Mense weet nooit wat kan gebeur nie. Hulle het nou reeds daardie positiewe momentum in hulle gun, so hulle moet gebruik maak daarvan. Maar dit gaan kritiek wees. Hierdie lyn staan.
Oh, we're talking about the chances that have gone a begging today. There's a knock on this time. It slipped out of his hand as he was just trying to throw that. Was Tien's de Toy.
So 'n bietjie gelukkig daar, Hamlet, om weer die voordeel aan hulle kant te kry. Hulle het weer aan die lyn staan verloor. Is regtig 'n een faktor in die wedstryd sover wat hulle hier te staan kom. Hulle sal hard aan daardie aspek moet werk as hulle sou wen en verder deurdring in hierdie toernooi. Een van daardie groot Achilles heel soos hulle in Engels sê wat hulle sover so bietjie aan die kortste end laat byt het.
So let's do some painting here. 4 to go. 44 plays 38. The boys in yellow hammies, they are in the lead. They've been in the lead since the first score. But all the momentum is with Hamlet as they come forward now with Barron, Joe Neal Barron. There's 3 Barrons on the field now. There's one of them, Marlin Barron. They look to get on the outside. Van Sale will have to come inside. He does. And now the ball just seems to be that little bit quicker. Marlin Barron steps in. There's Diervold Barron. Now the scrum half. Van der Merwe takes up his space again, and Barron through the gap. He's giving it away though. Langeveld, the king of the intercept today. A chance now for young Hamiltons to surely put this game to bed. Martin gets it out to Base, but Base is dragged into touch. And if you do well to let go of that ball, he doesn't want to give away a penalty now. As Hamlet, some weary bodies. Couldn't take that quickly. It was actually his own man, Vernon Nell, who had set the line out. And once that line out's set, you cannot go quickly. Diervold Barron, what have you got, my man? This is a pressure throw. 2.5 to go, 6 points in it. Surely they couldn't steal it now. Four men in the line out. They're looking to keep as many men wide as possible to attack with. Oh, and there is the pass. As the crowd roars, the game has been thrown away. Garth Jacobs cuts inside. It was obvious what they were trying to do. Joe Neil Barron trying to throw that long pass, but it's picked off. We've seen another intercept, and this game now surely in the bag for Hamiltons.
Hier daar die hoë risiko rugby wat gestraf word. Hulle het probeer positief speel, hulle het die momentum gehad in hulle guns, hulle probeer dit gebruik, maar hulle word weer gestraf. Weer Hammies wat daar die geleentheid gebruik. En as 'n hele paar kere wat hulle nou al kan sê dat jy weet hulle daar die positiewe intensie gekry deur 'n fout wat die oppositie gemaak het en Hamlet wat hulle weer self in die voet skiet ongelukkig. Ons kon sien wat hulle probeer doen het.
Langeveld takes us to 50, and it's not often you put 50 on and you've only won the game in the 78th minute. So fair play to Hamlet. They've hung in there. They had to go for broke, but it was reckless. And now young Hamilton's 51, Hamlet 39. .38, apologies. And a knock on as we go into the final minute. And I think a good time for us to shout out a few players here that have put in some shifts for me. Rodil Martin, the vice captain, number 7, has put in an immense shift there, whilst Langeveld and Klein have done so much damage through the middle. And for the Barons, Joe Neal and Marlin, they've had their moments, but they've also had some moments of recklessness, which has cost not just them, but has helped added to them losing this game. And there is Martin, how he would deserve something now. He manages to flick it up. Satira. Oh, there, look at that, beautiful to keep it alive. One more! Yes, yes, please! Oh, we are going to save the best to last. Should I say the base to last, because Laren Base with the offloads.
En weer eens word hulle gestraf daar. Ons weer die wedstryd wat al reeds verstreke was. En dit is dan Hammies wat hulle stempel afdruk op hierdie wedstryd. En as ons kyk oor die hele wedstryd, Hamlet wat so 'n bietjie ongelukkig sou wees, soos ons gesê het, hulle die hele tyd in die wedstryd gebly. Maar dit was Hammies wat klinies was met daardie foute wat hulle begaan het. Hulle het mekaar vir hulle gestraf. En dis definitief 'n goeie oorwinning daar deur Hammies, Andy. En hulle kan tevrede voel met hul vertoning. Dit is die eerste wedstryd gewees. Dit was moeilik. Warm toestande, maar hulle het kop gehou. Hulle was selfbeheers. Hulle het, soos ons sê, hulle daardie foute uitgebyt en hulle was klinies as die geleenthede hulle voorgedoen het.
Yeah, to a degree the scoreline flatters Hamilton's, but they took their chances when Hamlet didn't. But what a start we've had to this Thurlow Marsh Easter Festival here at the Boland Rugby Union at Boland Stadium here in Wellington. Don't go anywhere, there's more rugby to come. But we finished this first game, Hamilton's 58, Hamlet 38.